Rolling Out TV highlights more African American business moguls than any other media outlet in the world. Come have a seat at the business desk on Rolling Out TV.
As HBO's manager of multicultural marketing, Dennis Williams understands what it takes to bring innovative ideas to entertainment. In this age of digital distribution, viral marketing, and YouTube infamy, Williams is a champion of utilizing each tool that is available to get your work seen. HBO's reputation as an innovator is fortified in the works of people like Williams. Here are 3 keys that he believes can only assist in staying ahead of the curve as a professional working for an entertainment brand as iconic as HBO.
People should be spending their time and resources is to familiarize yourself with as many different ways to get your content in someone's hand as you possibly can. In our community, content distribution, creative ways of distributing content are legendary. I mean, we talk about a hip hop generation, the founders of whom, these guys who are 35, 40, 45, almost 50 years old and successful, the way they were distributing their content was, a CD on a street corner sold out of the back of someone's, car, but they were controlling the distribution of their content because no one else would do it for them. I think we've moved really far away from that kind of mentality. I'm not saying that you need to sell your movie on a corner, but what I'm saying is you have to think about ways to distribute your product, even if no one else is thinking about that for you, or if people are closing certain opportunities or doors for you. You have to find ways to be as resourceful as the old school hip hop folks were in distributing their content. You have to be as resourceful as they were in making sure that your content today is distributed as effectively.
How do your writers and how do you see, or what would you encourage brothers and sisters to see as they begin to expand on their creativity?
I'll tell you what. I mean, The Wire's, my hat's off to those folks who are writers. I don't know them. They did a brilliant job. But I think we can learn from shows like The Wire in terms of how people approach the creative process. I think most people want to be entertained, and the way that you captivate someone, the way that you get someone's attention is to show them a situation in a way that they've not seen it before and yet can insert themselves into the experience. So I mean this. If you're going to tell me the story about selling drugs on a corner, tell me something that doesn't look like what I'm reading in the newspaper. Tell me a side of that story that isn't the stereotype. Tell me a side of the story that has some nuance and understanding about life and that I wouldn't normally see. Like, look beyond the circumstance, look beyond that situation.
How would you say for young brothers and sisters coming into corporate environments, what should they be prepared for, and how can they not have excuses? I mean, you understand it, kind of survive here, no excuses.
Yeah, I was fortunate in that my experience was that there were a number of guardian angels for me in the form of other African American executives, other executives of color, Latino, other people who adopted me in my professional life, who said, I can remember quite honestly, as an intern, sending out an email that had a number of grammatical mistakes in it because I was rushing. Not because I didn't know how to write an email, but I was rushing and I didn't take the time to proofread the email. And I can remember an African American male executive calling me to his office and saying, the ideas in your email are great. No one's going to get to those ideas because they're only going to see the grammatical mistakes. And it was something that I knew, but I needed someone in my environment to not be afraid to be that honest with me in terms of how I present myself and how I present my work, and that each representation that I send out then comes back to me in terms of how people will view me as a professional.